What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Firstly, I've been doing a few videos on Boyce Watkins. And Boyce Watkins is not, in my honest opinion, from what I can see, the most stand-up or thorough guy out there. I feel like Boyce Watkins is very phony. He seems the kind of guy that would just, he would hate on you for the last piece of fried chicken. That's just my synopsis of Boyce Watkins from what I have heard about him, what I know about him. I've never interacted with him. But he says some things, I think they're really slime ballish, in my honest opinion. And then Boyce is a lightweight hater. He's like a nonchalant, passive-aggressive type of hater. And he tends to be jealous of these other guys who have more than him, just in a different way, okay? And again, we're going to find that out. But Boyce Watkins came after Steve Harvey and TD Jakes about a few hours ago, saying that these guys give financial advice that simply isn't true. But then here's the problem, guys. I want you guys to, bear with me. I want you to listen to this clip before we get into what he was saying about Steve Harvey and TD Jakes. Let's play this first clip and we're going to come back.
And also text the word stock to 31996, and I will not just text you a stock pick of the week, but also I will send you the $5 a day investing plan on how any family of any poverty level can become a wealthy family in less than one generation. It's very easy to do. A 5-year-old could do it, and this is a game changer for everybody. Also, I'll send you a training I did called How to Make Money Without Working. That's very important. A lot of you don't know rich people make most of their money without doing any labor whatsoever. I don't want you to fall for the biggest scam in America. The scam is called a job. And a job is the only place on this planet where you can actually bust your butt and work your behind off for 40 or 50 years and have less money when you finish than when you started. Literally, I mentioned this yesterday. There are newborn babies that have more wealth than people who went to college, got degrees with $100,000 in debt, and have been working for 40 years. I don't want that to happen to you. Welder says just over broke. I agree. So let's elevate beyond the job. And so if you text the word stock to 31996, I'll send all that to you. Harvey Ellis from Hampton, Virginia.
So Boyce Watkins is saying in this clip, all rich people or no rich people or all rich people do not do any manual labor. He is going to teach you how to become a rich, wealthy person, and he's hating on the people that have a job just over broke. And I find this very interesting because Boyce is doing manual labor right now on YouTube. Like, while he's doing this, he is what? Working, streaming. Boyce streams every goddamn day. What do you call that? Manual labor. It's called work. Nobody on planet Earth who is rich does it by doing nothing. Let's look at some of the guys who work a whole lot. Bill Gates. Do you know how much these guys, how often these guys work, what time they get up in the morning, time to go to bed? A guy like me, I can literally, this is the true story, the most money I've ever made in my life started when I started going to sleep at 1 p.m., working from 6 to 1 p.m., sometimes 20 hours straight. When we had Africa Day event here in Uganda, it was my event, I was up for 32 hours. You only get rich when you're poor because of you. Number one, you acquire a skill set. 2, you work a lot. Then you invest. You need a lot of money to invest. So anybody who's trying to sell you anything about how you can be rich without working manual labor is a liar. Every person who's rich works more than those who are poor. So that's where he first starts off, which is already a scam. Now, again, he's talking about people who've given financial advice that simply isn't true. Here's what I want to play now. I want to play his response to TD Jakes, Steve Harvey. I want you to hear the hate in this. And then I'm going to come back.
Right? Steve Harvey and TD Jakes, they took a different route, to so-called success than say maybe you or I did, right? I tend to go straight to the black community in terms of doing things that piss off a lot of white people and it piss off a lot of black people too. TD's more so in the church. There's more of a tradition there. So there's already a natural audience there. When I reach out to intelligent black people, I get a lot of people that think I'm being uppity. They don't like that. They think I'm being elitist. I'm not being elitist. I just want black people to be smart. So I'm building the audience. I'm building the B1 people. I'm building the people that are fearlessly pro-black, that love themselves, that want to be smart, that want to be wealthy at the same time. So it's not a natural audience. If I was a pastor in the church, it'd be a little bit easier because we've been doing Jesus in the Bible for 400, 500 years. But to say, let's shift generational curses, let's really critically analyze things, I'm really talking to maybe 10, 20% of the community at best, right? So we're not really going to get a lot of people that are interested in my perspective per se, and that's okay. I like it that way, because I don't want everybody. I don't need everybody in order to lead the revolution. I just need a few good men and a few good women. That's it. That's all I need. You give me a couple soldiers and some badass people, just a small percentage of them, I can go and conquer the world with that. Okay. So I don't necessarily align with everything that they do. You'll never see me hosting the Family Feud. I would be bored out of my mind. I think, no matter how much money, I just couldn't imagine getting up and going to work every day to host. And Steve said, let's summarize very quickly. Steve says, I'm leaving 15% of my wealth to you. And me and your mother are going to spend the other 85%. TD steps in and says, it's not what you leave to the kids, it's what you leave in them. I agree with both of those statements to a point, but I also have to kind of get off the bus a little bit. And I'm qualified to do that because my PhD is in finance. That's what I do. I've been studying this for a long time. The reason I want to challenge what Steve and TD said is this. The idea that you should spend all your money instead of leaving it to your kids, that's kind of like giving a refund to white people. That's like you build all this wealth, you build $50 million, $100 million in wealth, and then you say, I'm gonna take 85 million of that and I'm gonna give it right back to you. That's an economic boomerang. That's a problem. That's almost like when people make jokes about reparations and they say that when black people get reparations, it's gonna be a stimulus package for white people. It's gonna be a stimulus package for Nike. It's going to be a stimulus package for Gucci. It's going to be a stimulus package for Louis Vuitton. It's going to be a stimulus package even for Walmart. Right? All those places that extract money from the black community are going to get paid when black people get paid. Do you understand what I'm saying? When we get our reparations, they're going to get their reparations too, and they're going to be right there selling you products to get that money from you. You're going to see a lot of new Cadillacs and Mercedes and Ford Explorers and all kinds of new stuff on the streets because we're going to take that money and immediately do an economic boomerang. And so when Steve says, me and your mom are going to spend 85% of the money, I kind of look at that and I say, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I don't quite hear what you're saying. And I know you're Steve Harvey, and I know 15% of your wealth is a substantial amount of money to an average working person. But the reality is that a lot of wealthy.
Now, pretty much what these guys were saying is, listen, we're going to spend most of our money while we are living, and we're going to give you 15% of it. And it's not what we give, it's what we teach you. It's the values. And I get what he's saying that, hey, spending the money and out of the economy is like giving it back to white people. Which is true. All right. Let me say this. But there is a reason why, okay? And Boyce, who is so educated, there is a reason why a lot of billionaires don't leave their kids a whole lot of money. Some do, many don't. Like Warren Buffett's not going to do it. I think many billionaires are going to give their wealth up before they die. Chuck Feeney was the same way. The reason is because most families blow their wealth after a few generations anyway. It happened to the Vanderbilts. Okay? It happened to almost every Rockefellers. Like almost every big family, after a certain time, the money is depleted and it causes a lot of problems. Because what happens is when you're wealthy, you pretty much become entitled because you don't have to do anything. Like, look at the vigor that you might see with LeBron James when he was trying to come up, and now the son may not play with the same level of tenacity because of the father's not like that. So I get what he's trying to say. But at the same time, yeah, it's like giving it back, but those things have to be organized. I understand. But what is the necessary digs at TD Jakes being the preacher and Steve Harvey hosting a TV show? Like, bro, like, why are you always hating on somebody who's doing better than you? Obviously, like, I mean, just look at Boyce's platform, guys. Boyce has one of the dustiest platforms in Black YouTube as a millionaire. Look at how he runs his show. Do you see the dust in the background? Like, literally, it's never any good camera equipment. It's never any editing. It's never anything like that. It's always a dusty sheet in the background, a cheap ass Blue Yeti mic. This is the millionaire. This is the person that you're taking investing advice in, who cannot reinvest into this business that makes him his own money, which is social media. That's why he's crying about Facebook and Instagram. You make all your money off the internet and you have a shitty presentation. Let us look at Earn Your Leisure. Now, Boyce talks about how he's all black wealth and all this, right? Why is it that Earn Your Leisure, who came out way after Boyce Watkins, why is it that Earn Your Leisure is so much better than him? Why are they interviewing Robert Smith and Boyce can't interview anybody? I'll tell you, Boyce can't invest. Boyce can't spend any money. Boyce can't do anything. Like, look at these guys have mics, they have sound, they have everything. They have all the black professionals around the world that work with them. Boyce don't have black professionals around him interviewing them about how they do things, because Boyce don't, like, Boyce, people don't, I don't think a lot of black professionals trust Boyce like that. I don't think so. I don't think so. We don't want to talk about that. But everybody is looking at this guy for financial advice. He doesn't even invest in his own platform. Terrible. Boyce has more money than me. My platform looks better than his. Mr. Millionaire. And again, it is sad when you're an investment person that doesn't invest in your own business. I mean, this is just, and then you're hating on other people who have invested. Like, if you look at Boyce Watkins and look at Dave Ramsey, what is the difference? It's a big difference. He's always so dusty in his presentation. And he's talking about how blacks, like, this is sad for somebody to be on this level to look like that in the dust. Everything with Boyce has to be extremely dusty. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you serve the bill. We're out.